So often in high complexity businesses like manufacturing and mining and engineering, there is a gap between the strategy, what was designed to happen, and what is actually happening. We get multiple breakdowns, we get disconnects, we get quality problems, we get downtime we didn't plan for, we get errors in the process that we didn't anticipate. And this whole time, the employees on the front lines that are executing the process are stuck with a frustrating situation of covering for that gap. This can result in a lot of different unwanted effects. It can result in people blaming each other, say, well, this is quality's fault, this is production's fault, this is supply chain's fault, this is design's fault. And what that blame says is that people are under stress, they're not feeling good about the way things are running, they're wanting them to be better, and they're looking to discharge their frustration by pointing that responsibility elsewhere. So one of the things that a Kaizen event does is it brings everyone's ideas about what could be better and their theories about what's been going wrong and brings them to a single point, a single conversation that we continue over a series of days. I mean, the main thing is that you've got a lot of animosity because you have problems and you don't know why. You can't make them go away. Maybe you've tried over the years. Maybe different people from their own little silo, they've tried this and they've tried that. They haven't necessarily all gotten together and talked about it. In fact, siloing, I've found, is very, very common. And one of the benefits of a Kaizen event is that it bridges those silos. It brings together people from different functional areas that all have different experiences and perspectives on what this issue is, and they all have their own piece of the puzzle. So the Kaizen event is really about bringing together the pieces of that puzzle using tried and true evidence-based methods, facilitated by someone who's neutral, someone who doesn't really have that same history or attachment to who's wrong and who's right and why things have been happening. It really does help to have an external perspective, someone with a lot of enthusiasm, positivity, and support for the things that everybody wants. Everybody wants relief from that problem. Everybody wants that stress and that conflict to stop. Everybody wants the business to be doing better. I'm Erica Lee Garcia. I'm a professional engineer with over 2 decades of facilitating these types of improvements in businesses, in heavy industries with high complexity issues that they just can't seem to break through. And I'm passionate about helping them break that deadlock with many tools, including Kaizen events, which are a combination of training, application, and action. Over 3 to 5 days, we focus on one particular problem. With cross-functional input, we collaborate, get everyone working together in a positive atmosphere that brings out the best of what everyone has to offer to the problem. The main elements of a Kaizen event is that it has to be focused on one particular problem. Maybe you already know what this problem is in your business. If only we could solve that. We've been trying forever. We've spent all this money and time scratching our heads over what's really causing it. That is a prime candidate for a Kaizen event. However, Kaizen events can also be used a bit more proactively, where let's say we have some improvement things going, but we're not getting a lot of traction or excitement. We're not moving at the pace that we hope to. You can use them to re-energize existing projects that are already working well. And the event itself is 3 to 5 days focused on a specific problem with cross-functional input from the different parts of the business and the people who know the problem best from the front lines, not from a theoretical or managerial perspective, but from actually working in the operations. And the reason that's important is that you get that opportunity for those people to be heard and for their perspectives to be taken into account and put back into the business in a positive way. So often these manifest as complaints from operators or suggestions that really have nothing to do with the thing that you as a business leader want to focus on. So this is a positive channel or conduit for them to engage in the process and to focus on something that you have determined as a business leader is a top priority. So we basically, best we can, we clear everyone's calendars for between 3 and 5 days, depending on the problem. We sit together and we have an external facilitator with a lot of experience come in and design a curriculum that is tailor-made for the problem that you're facing. And it's a combination of tools. We use Lean, we use Six Sigma if necessary, if we need to get into the statistics a little bit more. We teach the tools and then right away we apply them to the situation that we're focused on. And that focus is such a critical piece of the puzzle because we don't switch or scatter our attention, which is such an easy way to lose momentum, lose that energy. So the fact that we're focused on one issue, it brings issues to the surface that people had maybe sort of avoided those conversations or kicked the can down the road or existed in their own siloed knowledge or opinion of what that problem represents and where it's coming from and who's responsible. We break down those silos, we get everybody on the same page using this collaborative approach. And then, as much as we can within those 3 to 5 days, we go and take action. We implement as much as we can. And this is important because anytime we're doing something new, there's going to be some mental breaks coming on. You've heard of the negativity bias in the human brain, right? We're always wanting, or our brains are always auditing, going, are we safe? Is this okay? Is this a good idea? Should I stay away from this? When we're charting uncharted territory, right? When we're solving a problem we've never solved before, it's going to feel uncomfortable for everyone. And the remedy to that discomfort is to get some quick wins and get some momentum coming out of those 3 to 5 days. So people will feel like, wow, we went through a little bit of turbulence here. We had some disagreement. We had some uncertainty as we were learning. That is all totally normal as part of the Kaizen process. You come out of it though, feeling confident, feeling some pride, and you see the team really owning what they've done. That's my absolute favorite part of the Kaizen event, is right at the end when the team members present what they've done over the 3 to 5 days. And this really aligns with the way that I work in business. It's not about what I can create in your business. You are the expert in your business. You and your team are the ones with that knowledge. I have the capacity to unlock that knowledge, pull it all together in a certain way that it's going to move forward and really, if you will, move the needle on that problem. You get a burst of energy, you get a burst of momentum. You often see fractured or stressful relationships getting smoothed out through this process. There really are so many benefits on top of the benefit of actually solving the problem or making a really good dent in it within those 3 to 5 days. A few different ways that I've used this process. One, we used it on an accounting process because it works on operational problems. It also works on administrative problems, or not even necessarily problems, just opportunities to do it better. We had one particular mine site that was taking 12 days every month to close their accounting books at month end. We looked at the process, we mapped it out, we got input from the people doing the work, and we were able to reduce it on paper to 5 days. And then their work over time was to implement all of those improvements to get it down to that point. And they were able to do so. Another example was working with an administrative process involving hiring of people. It was taking months when you added up all the different things that needed to happen in order to bring a new person in country to manage the job site. We were able to reduce that waiting period by reorganizing the process. Very simple, low or no cost things. We were able to get the process way down from 4 to 5 months to under 2 on average. Another successful Kaizen event that I had the honor to facilitate was about unplanned downtime on a crusher. And we were able to isolate some of the root causes through the Kaizen event and actually investigate what was causing it and then look at it through a 2-pronged approach to return the crusher to its operating state more quickly every time it went down, and also to reduce the number of downtime creating incidents. And we went from 11 hours of downtime on average to less than 4 in the span of that 3 days. My favorite Kaizen event of all time, though, had to be the one whereby we identified a quality improvement in the blasting process for a mining company, resulting in value creation over $19 million per year, resulting from reducing inaccuracies in their blast process and recovering more of the ore out of the ground that they had previously been leaving behind. Generally, what I hear from clients after Kaizen events falls into a couple of different categories. The first category is relief, excitement, and surprise. How did we get so much done in such a short time? There really is a lot of synergy and a lot of momentum that you capture through having that cross-functional team all together focused on one thing with an external facilitator that's skilled in those problem-solving and improvement methodologies. You get way more done in 3 to 5 days of concentrated action than you would using the same hours spread out over an 18-month or 2-year period as you would in more of a traditional improvement project approach. The other feedback that I hear is about the improvements that we're able to unearth themselves. One particular manufacturer that worked to reduce the lead time on their sales quoting process spoke about how excited they were to be able to capture more customer opportunity. Previously, they were losing out on the window to quote on new business because it was taking too long for the quote to make its rounds through all of their various departments. We were able to coordinate and facilitate getting those quotes out on time, and they were excited to capture the business opportunity that that represented. More generally, the fruits of the Kaizen event are both the experience, the engagement, the immediate results of the improvement operationally as well as morale-wise, and long-term, what you tend to see when people start to feel heard and engaged. They start to feel like they're playing a video game and they want to get to the next level. Okay, now that we've had some success solving that particular problem, what else could we do? What if we took these same tools and used them on a different problem? How much more value could we capture? How much better could this get? And ultimately, as a business leader, that's really what you want to see your teams focusing their attention on, not manufacturing new complaints or new reasons that they can't come into work. People are smart, they're creative. And if you give them a positive channel for their intelligence, for their ideas, for their creativity, they're going to use it to work on the same problems that you care about, like reducing your cost, improving your safety, or cleaning up any operational issue you might be facing and finding it a challenge to solve it permanently and effectively. So if you're ready to create a culture that supports that sustainable improvement, engages your people, grows their problem-solving capacity, and allows you to stay competitive with your overseas competitors, you just might need a Kaizen event. I would love to have a chat with you to explore how we could help. Book a call with me using the button below this video.